Hello and welcome to day 62 of Getting Good at Talking. I'm Leah and I'm recording myself every day talking to camera so that I can get better at talking to camera. I'm on a walk with my dog right now. I'm standing a little weird. He pulled me to this tree, and although I love the grass and I love the trees, it has been raining for days, and so the grass and the trees are where the mosquitoes are, and yeah. So I'm going to slowly move away from the trees, back to the path. He didn't like that. Okay, we're moving. All right, now we're actually on a walk. We are moving. I have his poop in my hand, not actually in my hand. I have like that. It's in a bag. I didn't pick it up with my bare hand. No, I did not. So today, earlier, while I was on my walk, my solo walk, I ran into a friend. Actually, he rode up on me like from behind. He was on his bike and I had my headphones in. I was listening to something, but my headphones, they're made so that I can hear what's going on around me. And so I heard a bike approaching from behind, and it slowed down, and I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the wheel or anything in my periphery. And I decided after after a moment of hearing it slowly ride slightly behind me, I turned and it was my friend, and I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were a kid and like you started going real slow or what was happening. I didn't know. I didn't feel threatened or anything. I didn't feel unsafe. I was just like, really? Anyway, so we walked and chat, and we sat down for a water break, and he played this little game with me, which I've heard this before, I've seen it before, but I didn't remember, like, as he was asking me these questions. So if you'd like to play along, I'm gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna ask it just like he did and explain what it is afterward, and I'll explain my answers. So I think it's fun to think of your own answers though. So if you want to play along, like, pause this. If you watch these, pause it after my question and think of your words. And then you can hear my answers. But I think it's fun to think about your own answers before you hear my answers. Because once you hear my answers, they're going to have an effect on your answers. Even if you don't think they are, they are. Okay, so first question is, what was the first one? Okay, describe a white room in 3 words. A white room in 3 words. You got your words? I described the white room as colorful canvas light. Oh goodness. Ah! Oh, that's a snake. Is it a coral snake? What is this kind of snake? I hope you could see that. I can't tell, and I'm not gonna like... Okay. All kind of critters out here. See, bud, that's why we're staying. I don't know. Are those poisonous? I think they might be. Okay, now I'm sidetracked. Where was I? Okay, the white room. And now you have my words. Colorful, canvas, light. Nope, nope, nope. Now we got to stay on the trail for sure. Next question was a river. Describe a river in 3 words. Got your words? Okay, my words were flow, cool, and wet. I went back and forth between wet and naked, and I chose wet. Also, cool was not the word I was looking for. The word I was looking for was refreshing, but I didn't realize that until later. So those were my words. And then the last one was choose an animal. So choose your animal. And then 3 words to describe your animal. I chose dog. Nope. And my 3 words were joy, love, and playful. And so after that, he was like, okay, so the animal, like the dog, how you describe the dog is how you would describe yourself. I was like, oh, I really like that. Joy, love, playful. Yeah. And then he said the river is how you would describe sex, or like the sexual experience. And I was like, well, yeah. Flow, that's a good one. Refreshing. I'm gonna go with refreshing because that was the word that I was thinking of. Like I couldn't find it as my mind searched for it. I was like, it's the feeling of, you know, when you're hot on a hot sunny day and you dip your body into the river and it's refreshing. And then wet. Yeah, it's wet. Nope. And then what was the last one? Oh, and then the room, the white room, is how you think of death. And I was like, yeah, actually, I do think of death in those ways, because I think of death as birth. They're like the same thing, only when you die, you're just going to another place. That's not Earth. But I think it's just like birth. And so, yeah, colorful, a canvas. Birth is like a blank canvas, you know? You have your life to paint it. And then light. Yeah. Anyway, so I thought that was fun. I wonder if you can hear me real well, because these creatures are creaturing. The critters are crittering. The night life is not laughing. I just dribbled a little bit. Yeah. So that's a fun little thing. And then a little while later, we were just talking about deep subjects, as one does. Also, I met this friend on this trail. I was walking, and he had fallen off his bike, and I stopped to make sure he was okay. And now we just see each other occasionally, and we'll walk together. Yeah. We were sitting and chatting and staring off into the park, all the kids playing, and the grass was grassing. And he asked me, he said, "Leah, how did you get to be so lucky?" Which was an interesting question. Oh wow, it was really loud in there. It's much quieter now, still loud. And I didn't know how to answer that question, because feeling like I'm lucky is a new thing to me. I do feel like I'm very lucky. I know I'm lucky. And the bugs are bugging. And I hesitated for a while, because I was like, how do I answer that question? And then I was like, because I'm here. I'm alive. And it's like, you're lucky too. Like, we're all lucky. We're all lucky to be here and to be alive and to be able to listen to the critters crittering and to be able to touch the grass and feel the breeze. We're all lucky. Anyway, yeah.
I know. It was just like so much going on.
And then at some point he asked me, "How do you think people spread energy?" And another interesting question. I was like, honestly, I believe most people don't even consider energy. They're like, that's not, they don't think about it. And I was like, unfortunately, I believe most people unintentionally project energy. They don't know they're doing it. Yeah, it's just an awareness thing. I think a lot of people are unaware of energy and energy exchange, and that we can be intentional about it. We can intentionally water break. We can intentionally felt a bug. Spread love and light, and we can be intentional about it. But unfortunately, I don't think a lot of us have brought that truth into our consciousness to be intentional about it. And I think the world would be a better place if we were more consciously aware of how we are spreading energy. Yeah. So that was another interesting question. Then, I'm itchy, bud. We gotta walk back to the house before these skaters eat me alive. Let's see, what else? One more. I think there was another thing I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember it right now. While we were sitting and looking at the park, there was a table of kids. I say kids, they were just younger than us, and they were smoking the weed, and we could smell it. And when I smelled it, I said, I used to enjoy smoking. But then as soon as that left my lips, I realized, no, I didn't. I never actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that, so the first time I ever smoked was when I met my ex-husband. The first night I met him and his friends, I smoked with them, with strangers. I know, but I did it. And then when me and my ex started dating, and then we got married, we would do it almost every day, it seemed like. And I realized I thought I liked to do it, but really I just liked that it calmed him down and he was less angry and less violent. And I didn't actually enjoy it. I don't actually know what I thought of it, because I only did it with him. Anyway, I was like, oh shit, I don't actually think I liked to do it. I just liked that it made him less angry. Yeah. So there's that. What else? I felt really complimented, or I don't know. Oh, okay. I remember the other thing. So my friend, was talking about his gift of sight. And so I was asking him if he could see. I was asking him, I was like, well, what do you see when you look at me? because he had been describing what he sees when he looks at other people and what he sees around himself. And he said, I see you. And he was kind of like, it dawned on him. He's like, that he didn't see anything else like around me. He's like, I just see you. And that made me feel so seen. And also like good to know there aren't like entities that he could see around me, because I can't feel them around me, but I couldn't feel them around me when I asked him this question. So sometimes I think it'd be cool to be gifted with sight, like seeing the unseen. Other times I'm like, I think I'm good. I can hear things and I can feel things, and I think that's enough for me. But I have, said if my gift of sight were to ever come online, I've asked that it be done in such a way that doesn't scare me, that doesn't like make me shit myself. So hopefully they've gotten my request and it won't scare the shit out of me if it does come online. Mm-hmm.
He looks as old as he is. He's 10, but he's just like...
Oh.
No, he looks
Hello.
like me too.
Hello. Oh.
Wanna say hi?
Can you say hi?
Hi, babies.
Hello.
Hi. Look at that tail wag. Oh, I know, he's just big. I'm sorry.
Oh.
He's like, Mom, baby. Oh. Come on now.
Oh.
Getting his exercise.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good
Y'all too. Doggy friend is a Saint Bernard. I'm usually used to Chubbs, my dog, being the big dog. Okay, so yeah, it's getting dark and I didn't need to be on snake watch. No, we're not going into the grass, the tall grass where snakes lie. Okay, I think that's it for today. So I will see you tomorrow.